Hello, kids. Welcome in, one and all. It's just past 3 o'clock. My name is Matt Murphy, and this, conveniently, is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Happy to have you with us on this Monday, November 10. It is the birthday of the United States Marine Corps, and we thank each and every one of you that have served once a Marine, always a Marine, including young Jackson's father.
Yes, sir.
How about
yes,
that?
Sir.
What about that? Come on. What's your dad doing to celebrate the birthday of the Marine Corps? Do you know?
He was watching a Marine documentary when I was leaving the house today.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, he was in the first Gulf War.
Tell him we said thank you for his service.
100%. Amen, brother. There's Ken Weaver. We're going to talk to Ken in just a moment about a number of issues, to include the snow. Jackson Williams behind the glass, making sure that everything that comes out of our speakers sounds as good as humanly possible. We appreciate him as well. And we appreciate each of you. I got him grumpy. Hey, I wore this. Hey, Ken, I wore this hat for you. Can you see what it says?
No.
You can't see what that hat says? Jackson, tell Ken what this hat says.
Hot as balls.
Hat says hot as balls, Ken.
I wish it was.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but if you think it, you can be it. If you think it, you can make it materialize right there in front of you, Ken.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to start that right now.
If you think it, it's so.
I'm going to take my shirt off and go out on the balcony and dance around chanting.
Would you mind letting us know when that's going to happen so we can get some video of that, please?
Right now.
Thank you. Oh, go! Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great Monday. We're going to have a good time today. We have lots to discuss, as you might expect, and we'll have a lot of fun with you on the phone, 615-737-9986. You guys know me. I absolutely love turning monologues into dialogues, and you can do so by dialing us up at that number, 615-737-9986. That's the way to communicate with this show. Thank you, Jackson, for that. I'm going to get some video up in just a moment. The President of the United States, as we are speaking, is answering questions at the White House. We're going to jip some of that. Jip some of that. That is join in progress. JIP. Jip some of that in just a second. Obviously, we've got an update on the government shutdown for you, as you've been hearing all day long. Finally, several common sense Democrats came to their senses and discovered that there was no good end to this Democrat government shutdown. And so they agreed to the arrangement that the Republicans agreed to 40 days ago before any of this started. So there's that. And just as I'm going to it, they concluded the event. And there you go.
He's still on Fox News on the TV, so we can jip a little bit of this.
Is he really?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Well, okay, the White House ended it, but no, they're wrapping it up. I'm looking at it right there. They're telling the press to get the hell out of there. So the president answered a few questions. If there's anything pertinent that we need to know about, we'll deliver it to you on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. So let's see. So the government shutdown is set to expire. They believe they have the votes to get to cloture. We spoke with Senator Marsha Blackburn. Her schedule was so busy this afternoon. I had conversations with her office. I also had conversations with Bill Hagerty's office, and we're going to talk to Senator Hagerty later on this week. But we talked to Marsha's office and then had a chance to speak to Marsha Blackburn about an hour ago. We talked to her about what to expect with regard to the end of the shutdown. We're going to air that for you in its entirety at 4:35 this afternoon. She was unable to come on live, but we recorded something for replay, and that happens at 4:35. At 3:35 this afternoon, Congressman Tim Burchett will join us with his thoughts on the end of the government shutdown for what it's worth. Once again, as I've said all along, there's one entity that started this, and the only entity that has the responsibility to end it is that which started it, and that would be the Democrats. The Democrats decided that they wanted to play a game of chicken, and, they lost. And the game of chicken was at the sacrifice of the men and the women that work in positions of power within the government of the United States of America, those in our United States military, and obviously some that depend on the kindness of the taxpaying citizen through the federal government when it comes to things like Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, the EBT or food stamp program. For those that depend on the taxpaying citizen there, and you route that money through the government, they were left in a lurch, and hopefully those people will be, at least we can calm them down temporarily, in as much as we expect that there will be a continuing resolution lasting into January. According to Senator Blackburn, and you'll hear from her later on next hour, she believes that this will get us closer still away from or closer to a Republican budget and away from a Biden era budget. So we'll discuss those things on the show today as everything unfolds. Everybody have a good weekend. I know, Ken, your weekend started getting a little squirrely Saturday into Sunday, and I know why.
Why?
Because of the weather.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday was downright cold, and today, even colder.
Yes, it was. Had to get strategic this morning on the morning walk with the little lady.
Did you?
Yeah, we had to make sure the wind was blocked by buildings, so we had to walk right up against people's homes.
Oh, well.
And some of them didn't like it.
Why didn't you? You could.
And I said, "Oh, mind your own business."
You could have acted as a blocker, you know? Just kind of.
I don't know. My wife is about a foot taller than me. She'd have to block the wind from me.
What do y'all think's going on here? What can you see that? You see that?
Yeah.
Junk all over the. What is going on with that?
Looks like somebody's been eating breakfast in there while they're typing.
You know what? It's all over. It's like someone spray painted the studio.
Oh, I thought it was a bunch of crumbs.
It's not crumbs, Ken. It's I'm going to go ahead and blame Dan Mandis. I have no idea what happened in the studio. I have no idea how it happened, but there is a spray of some sort that looks like paint that has been sprayed all over the phones, all over the keyboard, all over the microphone, all over the microphone. Oh boy, it's on there. It's like paint.
Paint?
Yeah, it's like paint. Let's see if it'll come off. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it'll come off if you lick it. Okay, it'll come off if you lick it. So I guess it's not paint. I mean, if you put moisture to it, I should say, not lick it. Don't lick it. I licked my thumb. Thank you.
I was getting ready to say, you don't want to do that, Brother Murphy. We're getting to the cold and flu season.
Maybe maybe this is a part of cold and flu season. It's my understanding that Dan Mandis has a little bit of he's a little under the weather. That's what I heard this morning on Nashville's Morning News. So we wish him the best. And as I wish him the best.
It's probably disinfectant.
Yeah, it might be a whole bunch of like Lysol or something.
Oh, you got this thing. Hold on. Let me show you what we got. Hold on. I'll be right back. Talk about your movie or something.
I would talk about my movie, but Matt didn't watch his movie, so we'll have to save that for tomorrow because once Matt sits down,
working on that.
No, once Matt sits down, we'll talk about this. He's on trial for 2.
Look at there, Ken.
Oh yeah, we got one of those over here.
Yeah, we have, for those watching on Super Talk Television, that is the biggest bucket of disinfecting wipes that I've ever seen in my life. That is this is a 9-pound, 159.6 ounce bucket. It's 800 wet wipes.
Yeah, we got one of those over here.
You got one too?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been wiping our place down here because Sister Joan doesn't like all the dust up in here. She calls it the dust-encrusted news booth.
Yeah, well, that's good of you. You're wiping it down for her in the afternoon?
Yeah, News Closet B is dust-encrusted.
It's probably Lysol, what I'm dealing with in here. But one way or the other, I am certain that my colleagues here at Super Talk 99.7 WTN are as clean as the day is long. And I'm sure that they wouldn't bring any sort of bacteria or infection or virus.
No, sir.
Here. No.
No, sir.
No, not at all. Now, back to my irresponsibility in not handling my duties this weekend.
And Friday.
What do you mean Friday?
You're on 2 felony Matt Murphy show charges.
Woo. What did I do on Friday?
You did not do nincompoops.
Okay, yeah, that's on me.
Guilty.
We had such a big, we had a show, and it was crazy, and then
2
Jay
counts,
moved,
Murphy.
And people were very upset about not doing nincompoops. And then, so I need to figure out, you, Jackson, need to work out what my punishment is for not watching my movie this weekend. You watched your movie this weekend?
I did. It was excellent.
What, you had Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie.
Great film.
So I almost forgot, but I stayed up last night. I started watching my movie long after Ken Weaver was tucked into bed.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching the movie at 12:30.
Oh, so you basically started watching it this morning.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to say, yeah, I was tucked into bed.
Yeah, so I went to bed around 3. Worth it, though. I'd do it again.
Was it everything you hoped it would be?
More.
Okay.
It was better than I ever hoped it would be.
We'll get full review at 6:05-ish this evening on the show. Plus, what my punishment needs to be. For those that don't know, on Friday, Jackson assigns me a movie. I assign him a movie. We call it Matt Murphy Movie Mayhem, where he watches a film, I watch a film, and then we review the movies on Monday. It's a way to expand our cultural horizons here on the Matt Murphy Show. We would ask Ken Weaver to do this, but Ken's got enough going on the weekend.
I got a whole bunch going on.
He's got a lot of things happening, especially this weekend, by the way.
Who'd y'all play, Ken?
Oh, last weekend they beat off.
I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
According to, well, you said it last week, got me in trouble.
I didn't.
You did too. Anyway, but this week, it's a big one. Big one.
Yes, sir.
Is that at your place or their place?
It's at their place.
Ugh. Man, I feel a lot better.
I've already got listeners who are telling me they're going to exact their revenge.
Okay.
Who is it, Ken?
It's Alabama.
Did y'all? Oh, y'all beat them last year.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how, because I wasn't even watching that game.
Weaver, you got a better defense and you got a better offense this year. I'm convinced.
Not than Alabama.
That's rat poison.
No, than they did last year.
Well,
they
the
beat
offense
him
was
last year.
putrid last year.
Well, I understand that. I'm trying to build him up, not break him down. This is build-up time, Jackson.
No.
Bad cop comes in later.
Football season is just 1 3-month soul crushing.
Well, I think I'm talking to the wrong guy.
Them dogs got a big one too.
We got a big game this week.
Tennessee's got a big one too.
You got a big game.
Kill them.
You got a big game
it's
this
going to be.
weekend.
It is going to be biblical with
Who are you
Tennessee. New Mexico State.
That's going to be 70-0.
Why? Well, I mean, we're playing some stupid. We're playing like Charlotte next week. I don't know why they still play those games.
It's a bye game.
I guess once you get to the 9-game schedule, those will probably go away.
No, you'll still have 2 of them.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't playing Charlotte.
Next week.
Oh, next
Not
week.
this week, but next week we play Charlotte between Texas and Georgia Tech.
Oh,
I will say this. Did you see Florida, Kentucky this weekend?
I did. Oh, well, I saw.
You saw the score.
Yeah, I saw that.
I guarantee you, in 2 weeks, when Tennessee heads down to Gainesville, Tim Tebow and the entire 2008 Florida offense will be on the field against them.
So you're suggesting that it will be a different Florida team?
Some guy you've never heard of, you're going to have to Google him while you're watching this game, is going to have 200 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. He'll throw another one somehow. He'll intercept a pass and take it for a touchdown, and we'll just have egg on our face. And I'm not alone in this thinking.
TB wants me to remind you, this is not coming from me, Jackson. This is coming from one of our loyal listeners of the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's a nice little super text. He said, I just want to remind Jackson that Tennessee's yet to beat a team that has a better than 500 record.
I'm aware.
Okay, hold on. I'll relate. TB, Jackson is aware. There. So.
Sure, it's a Vandy fan.
I met a Groiper over the weekend. Y'all know what a Groiper is?
No.
That fellow that went up against the president of Mexico?
No, not that kind of Groiper. Groiper.
A grouper? Isn't that a kind of fish?
No, I didn't. Although I would love to have some. Grabbed some delicious salmon last night. No, I met had a interesting conversation with a Nick Fuentes supporter over the weekend. If you want to know what the problem with platforming Nick Fuentes is, I would route you to my 30-minute conversation with this dude at the Tin Roof on DeMunbrian while I was trying to watch the third quarter of the Georgia football game against Mississippi State, as he was attempting to explain to me that Nick Fuentes was just asking questions, man. So that was an interesting thing. And if you're listening to me, thank you for the conversation, and I appreciated it. He said he would be listening to the show today. So,
Nice.
you know, okay, he's a transplant from New York City, and he
New York City.
grew up in New York and now lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and has been here for about a week or so. So welcome to Nashville. We appreciate you being here, I suppose. So we got a lot to get into on this Monday. The stalemate seems to be over. It has played out as expected, although I would tell you that I was unsure as to whether or not the Republicans could hang together and not allow themselves to get distracted as this played out. The Democrats were playing a game of chicken, and the Democrats lost to that game of chicken. We'll talk about all of this and what the outcome is expected to be. There's going to be a few delays. Rand Paul is going to delay things a little bit in the Senate in terms of taking a cloture vote. But the expectation is, as it stands right now, the votes are available to get to cloture and to get beyond the government shutdown, stalemate, over. Schumer, toast. The aftermath of this shutdown indicates to me that Chuck Schumer will not be in leadership next year on the Democrat side of the aisle in the minority party in the United States Senate. And it would not surprise me if Chuck Schumer was not defeated in the primary election that he's about to face. And I would expect that AOC is strongly considering running in that race because the political left has lurched even further to, well, the left. So all of that's on the way. My punishment, if you have punishment for me for not watching my movie. So Jackson's movie was Shawshank Redemption. My movie was
A Complete Unknown.
I remembered it. What?
No, it's a complete unknown to you because you didn't watch it.
I did not watch it. And I was just so busy. I had a lot of things going on. I had a Vandy game to go watch.
Ugh.
It was all right. Those
That
folks,
stadium is, I don't care how much renovation you do.
well, Jackson, you've never been in that stadium since
I have been in the stadium.
Have you been in the stadium since they renovated it?
No. But you can spray paint a turd gold and it's still a turd.
You know, I feel like maybe, Jackson, your opinion on, what is it, First Bank Field? Whatever it is. I can't remember the name of the stadium. I think it's First Bank.
First Bank.
I feel like maybe, Jackson, your opinion of that stadium is guided by your college football allegiance. Maybe, just have you considered that maybe your opinion is a little bit impacted by the fact that you're a Vols fan? Maybe.
I've been.
You've been?
Yes.
To a game?
Yes.
Vandy versus?
Tennessee.
Uh-huh. And?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
The concessions are outdated. Baseball stadium's nice, though. I had fun when I went to a baseball game.
Did you?
Yeah, they played Kentucky.
My biggest complaint, well, I'll tell you, I'll say these folks seem like nice people. Thank you. They were very courteous, yada, yada, yada. I was the guy in the Georgia football gear, which,
Yeah.
And whatever. I mean, I wasn't that. I mean, I was watching the Georgia game earlier, and then I went to the Vandy Auburn game, and so you do what you got to do, and so I'm unaffiliated. I'm just enjoying the football, and it was a hell of a football game. Let me tell you,
It was.
Got it to overtime, and then Diego Pavia pulls it out in overtime. What a dang player that Pavia is! Y'all better watch out for him in a couple of weeks, Jackson.
Not afraid.
Well, let me tell you something, Jackson. You should be. Because the dude is for real. And if you want to dismiss him, if you want to play Big Brother, who's got the better record, Jackson?
They do until, what is that, the Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if y'all lose to Florida, then, my goodness, if y'all lose to Florida and then to Vandy, that's 5 losses. No.
It ain't so.
No, we don't need all that. Anyway, lots to get into. Primarily the stalemate, which seems to be over. We'll discuss that. Your call, 615-737-9986. Would love to hear from you. It's the Murphy Show on Super Talk. All right, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show, anticipating a final vote on getting the government back open again. I don't know whether to celebrate or not. Let's find out together with Congressman Tim Burchett. He joins us now to discuss the impending opening of the government. I don't know if this is a good thing or not. I suppose it's a good thing for those military personnel that need to get paid, air traffic control, those types of folks. So I guess we'll celebrate this as a victory together. Congressman, what do you say?
I'd say you're right. It's gone on long enough. We're seeing I think we're going to see some safety issues with the air traffic controllers. I met with a group of them. I'm not going to run from them. They're all friends of mine. I met with a group of them last week. I mean, I had one guy who had 5 kids, and he's going without a paycheck. That's pretty tough. And you've got you got all of it, TSA, all of it. It's just not a good way. If you want to get rid of government, get rid of government. Start doing what Trump's asking us to do and quit playing around. And let's start passing some of these executive orders into law and not doing this little stuff we're doing, dancing around at Congress. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing for us. We need to get back to work. We need to start following through with Trump's pro-America agenda.
I was speaking. Yeah, I was speaking to Senator Blackburn about this a little while ago. We're going to re-rack that interview. We're going to play it. She was able to be on with us a little earlier today, and we're going to play it for the audience. But I was just confused about what the Democrats accomplished except causing American people pain, and it really we went back to the original proposal, right? The Democrats finally agreed that they would pass a CR this time until late Jan, and that they would. The Senate agreed to bring a vote to continue the subsidy on Obamacare to the floor of the Senate. I don't believe the House of Representatives made any such agreement. Am I right?
That's correct. That is correct. And Jeffries is going ballistic, and he's just going all over the place, defending Speaker Pelosi's insider trading stock deals. I mean, he just goes over the list. He's losing it, and I think it's kind of a rudderless ship right now. I'd say he needs to be really careful, or he could be looking for a new position next year.
Do you think this guarantees the mismanagement on the part of Chuck Schumer? Let's talk the politics of this for a moment, because I try to separate those two things. I know you do as well. There's real world consequences to some of this crap, but a lot of this is just moving. They move checker pieces around a checkerboard, and they don't consider the human beings that are involved. Chuck Schumer tried to play chicken. He lost. I feel like this almost guarantees he's going to be challenged in leadership in his party, and I wouldn't be surprised if AOC decides to throw her hat in the ring in the United States Senate. What do you think?
I've said that all along. That's all. I did a video weeks ago in front of his office, and I said, and somebody was clomping behind me. It sounded like a bunch of Clydesdales back there. And I said, that what that noise is I said, it's AOC's high heel shoes running up on Chuck Schumer, and because he is going to be he's wounded right now. He's damaged goods, and there is no way that the Democrats will continue down this path. I mean, they're big on loyalty, but they're big on winning too. And he just put his party above the people, and that's why these other Democrats are breaking. They don't like seeing these people hurt out here, and there's real problems out there, and he does not care about that. All he cares about is himself, and they're going to try to crucify those people. They got all their rabid dogs out there on the internet attacking them, and it's just, I thought what they did was pretty noble. So I'm laying off of them because I've been in that position before, and you make your choices, and that's what they did. And God bless them. They made the right choice. America. We need to get back to work. The government needs to function. We need to pay our military. We need to pay our TSA. We need to pay our air traffic controllers, and we need to fix this food stamp situation. I still think there's a lot of fraud in it, and I think when you have somebody a third or fourth generation on food stamps, dadgummit, that ain't right. There's no encouragement to get off of it. There's no incentive, and we need to fix Obamacare. We need to get it away from the Bernie system, which he has more or less said that he wants it to collapse so they can go to a European single-payer type situation. We need to open the market back up. We never truly have allowed the free market to work, and that's what we stand for in this country, and that's what, frankly, we ought to be pushing. So there's a lot of things that can come from this, but the worst thing that can happen, the best friend the Democrats have is the Republican Party, because our messaging stinks. They don't get off the bench, and they'll all be jumping on board of whatever after something passes. But dadgum, it's like pulling teeth.
Well,
we've got to start doing this.
Well, stuff. And you and I talk a long time, Tim. We know each other pretty well, I feel like. I was happy for the small victory that they hung together in the Senate. I mean, I was worried that there would be some cracks. I mean, absent Rand Paul, and we all know where Rand's coming from. And, Rand's consistent. Give him that. He is consistently going to be where he was on all of this. But absent that, I mean, I was pleased that the Republicans had the upper hand, they had the winning hand, and they had the winning message to the American people, and they stuck together for once.
I agree. Rand's issue right now is with hemp, and they're growing some hemp up there that's maybe has a little higher THC than it's supposed to, and that's part of the rules and regulations. And it's that deal will never be clarified until they make a final decision on marijuana. and that's when it will, it'll all be thrown away. But it is an excellent source of fiber, and there should be a better way to do it than what we're doing right now, because right now it's not working. But he's got a lot of hemp growers up there in Kentucky, and everybody's mad at him. It's kind of like everybody's mad at AOC, but you're not going to send me up there and beat her. She's not going to come down to East Tennessee and beat me.
Right.
And so, it's the same kind of thing. So
right.
It's a local issue, and that's what the Senate is. That's the framers, the Constitution, the framers of our former government did. They gave the senators a little different stroke of power, and they can shut the thing down with one vote. And that's what he's doing.
How long do you think this will last?
I think we're going to get it resolved by the end of the week. I really do. I think we've got enough votes, and we are going to,
Well, I mean, the fear. I mean, but structurally, the fear is right that if Rand holds it up long enough, that it gives some of these radicals in the Democrat Party time to get to a few of these people that have flipped their votes and convince them to change their minds again. I mean, that's my one fear.
Yeah, I'd say that's there, but they're kind of locked in, and I have my theories on all that too. But and I spoke with Senator Blackburn just a few minutes ago myself, and I think they'll work something out. But it's a fight right now between him and John Kennedy out of Louisiana. Rand and John, they're both friends of mine, so hopefully they'll work it out. Keep it down home, and we'll get this thing resolved by the end of the week.
What is the
that's my goal.
Has leadership contacted you guys? I mean, is there a call back to D.C. already?
Yeah, they want us back yesterday. And I'm not going to play that stupid game and go down there and just wait on them to, for us to put smoke out of the top of the Capitol and tell us when it's time to vote or what to vote. I told them, and they asked me how I was going to vote, and I said I want to read it first. And I know they don't like it when I say that either, but I like to read exactly what we're voting on, because there's been some changes. Not that they're too big or graphic. I just think that that's what we're supposed to do, and I'm not going to sit up there and wait on them. They need to get their act together and get us up there at what time they need us, and let's go. Until then, we need to continue working in our districts. Actually, I do more work when I'm home in Tennessee than I do in Washington. I always tell people, I just can't get used to those 2-hour work days when I'm in Washington. Well, that's a joke. It's just the structure. It's too big, and it's antiquated. It needs an upheaval.
So, I asked Marcia about this earlier, and I want to ask you too, Tim. I mean, this is obviously not the end-all, be-all. This is kind of the beginning of the middle of getting our government right-sized and getting us back to the way that we ought to be doing budgeting. But are you comfortable, at least in the parameters that we understand? You just mentioned you have to read it, and I appreciate that so much, that you're one of the ones that actually reads what you vote on before you vote on it. But are you comfortable that this is getting us back to – I think the Senate wants to pass 3 separate appropriations measures. I mean, it feels like we're trying to separate the appropriations, stop the omnibus crap. I know this pushes us to January 30th, I guess it is, but it's moving us from a budget standpoint in the right direction. That's the way it feels.
Correct. And what Schumer wanted to do was move Obamacare to right before the next election, and then you'd have to make a decision on it then, and then they'd use it as an issue just like they did in New York and Virginia and everything in these last elections they just had. And Thune correctly said, I'm not biting. We're not doing that. We're gonna hold it. We're going to do what's right. And we got to get away from these mini buses and all this. We need to pass a budget. We need to quit with this nonsense, this continuation stuff. It just drives me crazy, because we got time to do it. But, again, you got the lobbyist guy. Everybody's here in leadership at both parties. They don't want to fix the problem, because if it's big like it is, big bills, that's where they put their little billion-dollar packages in. That's how your NGOs get funded. That's how all the crooked stuff happens, and that greases the wheels, and I'm sick of it. I am sick of it, and we need to fix it. We got the time to do it. Let's do it. Let's and we don't need a bunch of freaking study committees. I'm so over that. We know what we got to do. Let's put a bill up there. Let's debate it. Tell the K Street lobbyists they can go suck an egg. I don't need them. I'm sick of that garbage. That's what's got us Obamacare right now. That's why your insurance companies are, and that's the other scam. They wanted to give the insurance companies $35 billion under Schumer's new bill, $35 billion new dollars for they could just play with, and that would be their profit. And what do they do with that profit? Just like the NGOs, they funnel it right back into campaigns. You look at the big three in the Democrat Party right now in Washington D.C. with Bernie and Pocahontas and the rest of them. They get Warnock, and they get tens of millions of dollars from these insurance companies, and that's why they're funding them. They want it to be this way, and by saying we're going to fix it by adding a $1.5 trillion, all that does is create more government, more incentive to spend more dadgum money. Man, we got to get away from that. We got to, and we got to put a plan out. Republicans got to fish or cut bait or just shut up about it. I'm so sick of it. We've got plenty of plans out there, and they won't move anything. And it's just, well, it won't pass in the Senate. Well, how do you know? Put it out there. Put it on them. Put it on America to put some pressure on these people, and let's fix this dadgum thing. We got a chance. Let's do it.
Tim, you know how much we appreciate that spirit, that fighting spirit, and we love it in the Congress in the United States of America, and I love you speaking truth to the folks of Middle Tennessee. Thank you for your time. Thank you for what you do in Washington, and we'll talk again very soon, my friend.
Hey, brother, my love for you is unconditional, and in Tennessee, in Tennessee, it's possibly unconstitutional. All right? See you, brother. Bye.
I laughed on his line. I didn't mean to do that. I should have stayed out of the way. You hear what he said?
Third felony charge.
He said that Tim Burchett's love for me is unconditional, and in Tennessee, possibly unconstitutional. That's pretty. I feel the same way, Tim. Although he's a little skinny for me, for my taste, a little too skinny. You met Tim.
I did.
He's skinny.
Nice man.
He's skinny. He's too skinny. He needs to put some meat on those bones. Come on, man. I mean, he's not even filling out that suit. You're not going to look good in the Senate when you get appointed to the – oh, wait. Is that going to happen? Maybe. Look, y'all talk about Tim Burchett and the next steps. Let me tell you something. Tim has made no bones about the fact that he would love to serve in the United States Senate should Marsha Blackburn be elected governor of this state. And I think it would be fabulous. And this is the way I see it. And I'm not picking sides on any internal issue here for the Republican Party because I'm not a Republican. But I would love to see if Marsha is going to be the next governor, which by all indications, unless something weird happens, that seems to be the way we're going. And I know plenty of time. Don't get me wrong. It's a year. Plenty of time. Marsha becomes governor. Tim becomes senator. Glenn Jacobs becomes congressman. Huh? What do you think about that? I kind of like it. Tim Burchett's motto for running for president should be "suck an egg, dadgummit." Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
That was good.
How many dadgummits did we get today, by the way? Did you count them up? It was more than two.
I only heard one.
You only heard one? I thought I heard two.
I thought three.
Oh, well, we had some dadgummits. It was a good dadgummit day.
I'm going to get another one right here. Ken, what's the real feel?
Okay.
What is the real feel? It's about 32.
Let's check it out here, boys.
It was snowing on the way in, Ken.
Woo! 24 degrees.
I wasn't even on the plateau, Ken.
You're not even on the plateau.
Not even on the plateau, and there was snow coming down outside of the Nashville airport.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me feel again. I'm sorry. No, it's 25 degrees.
Oh, real feel.
We gained one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 25 degrees. The real feel is 33.
What?
33, and the wind chill is 25.
Okay.
I thought the real feel was the wind chill.
I'm sorry. No, the real feel is the real, which is 33. Wind chill is 25. Now, if you want to get European, the real feel is 1 degree Celsius. Wind chill is -4.
If you want to get European, we're going to have to take a break, and you're going to have to go to the bathroom to do that because you can't do that in the studio or in the
News Closet B has expensive electronics.
Apparently so. So let's not be European. I tell you what, during this break, though, I might be Himalayan because I'm very tired.
I see what you boys are doing. At first,
European,
I didn't know.
Himalayan.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, you like that? Hey, Ken.
Yes, sir.
You know what you are before you're a European? You're Russian. You know what you are after European? You're finished. You're finished.
You're going to get me in trouble because I'm going to do all this at home. And my family's going to say, stop, Dad.
You know, sometimes when I'm Himalayan in the middle of the night, I become European.
Well, that just comes with age.
That's what they tell me. 52 after the hour on Super Talk. I mean, I don't know that the government should be giving. We're 30. I don't know.
37 trillion.
Yeah, almost 38 trillion, and I don't know that I can feel good about it. But what am I supposed to say? I'm not tilting at windmills either. I mean, when they start handing out $2,000 checks, I don't feel like there's going to be many people that say, no, put that on the federal debt.
Well, I got a little something for you in this news.
All right. Well, we're going to listen up for that. I look forward to that. I look forward to your conversation and telephone calls about the government shutdown that was. The Democrats achieved nothing. All they did was hurt people, and we're back to square one. Several of you have said, what did the Republicans give up? Ray wrote in and said, hey, what did the Republicans – I checked out for a few days, Ray said. I needed some calm. I understand that, Ray. Sometimes it gets a little heated around here. What did the Republicans give up in order to get to the 60 votes for cloture? Nothing. The Democrats just realized it was their shutdown. The shutdown was on them, and they were hurting real people. And sadly, leadership did not recognize that from the jump, and they thought Republicans would cave, and they thought the American people would blame the Republican Party, and they haven't. So they just hurt people for no reason. More on that coming up in a moment, plus Marsha Blackburn coming up at 4:35. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Right now, it's news time with Ken.